Kiro walked through the busy streets of Luminous City, his eyes following the neon signs that lit up the night sky. Hover vehicles zoomed past, leaving trails of colored light behind them. The city was alive with voices of different species, some human, some alien, all mingling in the crowded market district. Kiro enjoyed these moments. He liked seeing so many different beings in one place. It reminded him of how vast the universe had become, yet how small the city could feel. Beside him, Miko padded quietly. Her fox ears twitched at every sound, and her tail swayed behind her with a careful grace. She had been unusually quiet since they left their apartment. Kiro noticed her tension, but did not yet understand the reason. "Are you okay?" Kiro asked, glancing at her. Miko's golden eyes narrowed, and she shook her head slightly. "Someone is near you. I can feel it. Someone is very close, but they are not here yet. They are hiding, watching." Kiro frowned. "Watching me? Who would want to watch me?" Miko did not answer immediately. She pressed her fingers to the side of her head and closed her eyes. Focusing on the subtle energy she could sense around Kiro, the hairs on her neck stood up. "I don't know, but it feels unusual. You are in danger if you stay here too long." Kiro looked around. The market was crowded. Beings of every shape and size walked past, carrying goods, talking to each other, and laughing. Nothing seemed dangerous. "I don't see anything." "Are you sure?" Miko's tail flicked sharply. "It is not always visible. Some beings can hide themselves from ordinary eyes, but my senses can feel them. You need to be careful." Kiro nodded slowly. He trusted Miko. He had always known. Her senses were sharper than any human's. Her intuition had saved them more than once in the past. Yet he was curious. Whoever was close must have a reason to watch him, he thought. "Then let's find out," Kiro said, determination in his voice. "I want to know who is near me." Miko hesitated. Her ears flattened slightly and her tail swirled around nervously. "It is not safe. You should not go alone." Kiro reached out and took her hand. "I am not alone. You are with me." Her ears perked up slightly, but her muscles remained tense. Together, they moved deeper into the market, keeping their eyes open for anything unusual. Kiro tried to act casual, blending into the crowd. Miko's senses guided them, alert to the smallest vibrations in the air, the faintest shifts in energy. It did not take long before they noticed something. A figure in a dark cloak was moving through the market. Carefully keeping distance from Kiro, the figure's movements were precise, almost unnatural. It watched Kiro, but avoided drawing attention. Kiro whispered to Miko, "There it is. The one you sensed." Miko's eyes narrowed. She crouched slightly, ready to act if necessary. "Yes, that is them. They are not ordinary. Be careful." Kiro took a deep breath. "I will." He moved slowly, keeping the figure in sight but maintaining a safe distance. Miko stayed by his side, alert and tense. The streets were full of distractions, but Kiro focused on the figure. He noticed small details. The way the figure's cloak shimmered under the neon light, the way their steps made almost no sound, and the faint energy aura that Miko had sensed. "Do you think they are dangerous?" Kiro asked quietly. Miko shook her head. "I cannot tell yet. They are cautious. That means they might be hiding something, or they are not used to being close to humans." Kiro's curiosity grew. He had always believed that understanding others was more important than fear. If the figure meant harm, he would know soon. If they needed help, he wanted to offer it. As they followed, the figure suddenly turned into a narrow alley. Kiro and Miko paused at the entrance. The alley was dark, the neon light from the street barely reaching inside. The figure disappeared among the shadows. Miko's ears flattened. "It is risky. We should wait here." Kiro shook his head. "No, we need to know who it is. Let's move." Together, they entered the alley. The figure was nowhere to be seen. Kiro's heart raced. He did not feel fear, only anticipation. Miko's tail swayed nervously, her senses searching the darkness. Suddenly, a soft voice called out, "Please don't hurt me." Kiro and Miko froze. From the shadows, a small figure stepped forward. It was an alien, smaller than most humans, with wide eyes and greenish skin. Its hands were raised in a gesture of peace. Kiro stepped forward slowly. "Who are you?" The alien hesitated. "My name is Lyra. I did not mean to scare anyone. I was following someone and I got lost. I did not know where to go." Miko tilted her head. "You were close to him. That is why I sensed you. But why are you hiding?" Lyra looked at Miko nervously. "I did not hide. I do not know how to explain. I am on a mission from my colony. I needed to observe someone, but I did not want to be seen. I only watched. I did not touch or threaten anyone." Kiro studied Lyra. He could see fear in her eyes, and he felt a strange sense of trust. "You were near me, but you did not harm me." "Why?" Lyra's voice trembled. "Because you are different. Humans are brave. I watched you because I wanted to see if you could handle danger. I did not know anyone else to trust." Miko stepped closer to Kiro, her ears alert. "And now you are here. What do you want from him?" Lyra shook her head. "Nothing bad. I just needed to know. I did not know anyone else." Kiro smiled gently. "Then you do not need to hide anymore. You are safe with us." Lyra looked at him, surprised. "Safe? Yes. I will not let anyone hurt you. Miko and I will help you." Miko's ears twitched. She was still cautious, but she could see the truth in Kiro's eyes. He was sincere. She relaxed slightly, her tail brushing the ground. Lyra smiled faintly, relief washing over her face. "Thank you. I did not expect kindness from a stranger." Kiro shook his head. "No one should be alone in a city like this. Everyone needs help sometimes." Miko stepped closer to Kiro and Lyra. "We should move. The market is crowded, and it is easy for trouble to find us here. Come with us. I will watch for danger." Together, the three of them left the alley and returned to the main streets. Kiro held out his hand to Lyra, and she took it hesitantly. Miko stayed close, her senses sharp. But the tension in her body had eased. As they walked, Kiro felt a strange sense of excitement. He did not know what Lyra's mission was, but he knew it would lead to adventure. And he knew that Miko would be by his side, as always. For Miko, the night had been a lesson. Her senses had warned her of danger, but they had also led them to someone who needed help. She realized that her instincts were not only about protecting Kiro from harm, they were about understanding the people around him. Kiro glanced at her, noticing the thoughtful expression on her face. "You are quiet," he said. Miko nodded. "I am learning. There is more to sense than danger. Sometimes it is about the heart of a person." Kiro smiled. "Then we will learn together." Tonight is just the beginning. The city continued to hum around them, full of light, sound, and life. And for the first time that night, Kiro felt that danger was not always something to fear. Sometimes it could lead to new friends, new experiences, and new adventures. As they disappeared into the neon glow of Luminous City, Miko's ears twitched once more, not with fear, but with curiosity. She would continue to watch over Kiro. But she now understood that trust and courage were just as important as caution. And Kiro, holding the small hand of Lyra, felt ready for whatever the universe had in store for them next. The streets of Luminous City were alive with color and sound as Kiro, Miko, and Lyra walked together. Hover cars zipped overhead, leaving trails of bright light across the sky. Neon signs flickered above, advertising everything from alien foods to holographic entertainment. The crowd moved around them like a river of bodies, some human, some alien, all busy with their lives. Kiro glanced down at Lyra, holding her small hand gently. She was still nervous, her green eyes wide as she took in the towering buildings and the mass of different species around her. Kiro smiled to reassure her. "Don't worry. You're safe with us," he said softly. Miko's ears twitched as she moved beside them, her golden eyes scanning the crowd. She had already sensed the faint energy of someone watching Kiro again. It was subtle, but it was there. A small disturbance in the crowd, something hidden among the ordinary. "There is someone else," Miko whispered to Kiro. not far from us. They are hiding, but they are watching you. Kira looked around. He could not see anything unusual. Are you sure? Miko nodded. I can feel it. They are cautious. They do not want to be noticed. But I can sense them. Kira took a deep breath. Then let's find out who it is. We need to know why they are here. Lyra looked up at him nervously. Are you sure it is safe? Kiro smiled. Don't worry. I have Miko with me. She will protect us if anything happens. Miko's tail flicked slightly. I will, but I hope it does not come to that. They moved carefully through the crowded streets, staying close together. Kiro kept his eyes on the people around him, but he relied on Miko to guide him. Her senses were sharper than any human's, and he trusted her completely. After a few minutes, they noticed movement out of the corner of their eyes. A figure was slipping through the crowd, always staying just far enough away to avoid being noticed. It was smaller than most humans and wore a dark cloak that hid most of its features. There, Miko whispered. That is the one I sense. Kiro nodded and started to follow. He kept his movements slow and careful, making sure not to draw attention. Lyra stayed close behind him, still holding his hand. Miko moved beside them silently, her ears alert and her tail brushing lightly against the ground. The figure turned down a narrow street that led away from the busy market. Kiro and his companions followed quietly. The street was quieter, with fewer people, and the neon lights above flickered in uneven patterns. The figure paused, looking back for a moment, and then moved forward again. Finally, they reached a small plaza surrounded by tall buildings. The figure stopped at the center and looked around nervously. Kiro stepped forward cautiously. Hello? He called out gently. You don't need to hide. The figure froze, then slowly turned. It was a young alien, smaller than most humans, with pale blue skin and large round eyes. Its cloak hung loosely around its shoulders, and it looked both frightened and curious. I did not mean to scare anyone, the alien said softly. My name is Nico. I was following someone and I got lost. I did not know where to go. Kiro smiled gently. It's okay. You are safe now. Why were you following me? Nico looked down at the ground. I was not following you exactly. I was observing. My colony sent me to watch someone. I did not mean any harm. I only wanted to see if they were brave enough to face danger. Eiko's ears twitched. Observing someone. Who sent you? Why? Nico hesitated. I cannot say much. It is a secret mission, but I mean no harm. I only wanted to make sure the person I was sent to observe could handle themselves. Kiro studied Nico carefully. He could see fear in the alien's eyes, but he also saw honesty. You don't need to hide anymore. You are safe with us, he said kindly. Lyra stepped forward slightly, looking at Nico with interest. So you were following someone too? You are not alone in that then, she said softly. Nico's eyes widened. You know. Kiro nodded. Miko has special senses. She can detect people who are close, even when they try to hide. She sensed you from the moment you approached. Nico's ears twitched. It is true, but I could not tell if you were dangerous. Now I see you are not. Nico relaxed slightly. Thank you. I did not expect kindness from someone I do not know. Kiro smiled. Everyone deserves help sometimes. No one should be alone, especially in a city like this. Miko stayed alert, scanning the surroundings. The market is crowded, and it is easy for trouble to find us. We should move to a safer place. Come with us. Nico nodded quickly. Yes, please. I do not want to get lost again. The four of them walked together through the city streets. Kiro held Lyra's hand, and Miko stayed close to him, her senses watching for any sign of danger. Nico walked beside them, glancing around nervously. As they moved, Kiro asked gently, What is your mission? If you can tell me. Nico shook his head. I cannot. It is private. But I promise, I only wanted to observe, not to harm anyone. I followed carefully, never touching or interfering. Kiro nodded. I understand. Sometimes curiosity can lead to danger, but it can also lead to learning. You did not do anything wrong. Miko tilted her head. It is rare for someone to be honest and careful at the same time. That is why I sensed you and did not feel immediate danger. There is balance in your presence. Nico looked at her in surprise. You can sense that. Miko nodded. Yes, I can feel intentions, not just actions. That is why I knew you were not a threat. Kiro smiled. See, even if someone seems mysterious, their true nature shows if you pay attention. They reached a quiet park at the edge of the city. Soft lights illuminated paths, and small ponds reflected the neon sky above. It was a peaceful place compared to the busy streets. Kiro led Nico and Lyra to a bench near a pond and sat down. Miko stayed standing beside him, alert but relaxed. Nico sat slowly, looking around at the calm surroundings. This place. It is beautiful. I did not expect it in a city so busy and crowded. Kiro nodded. Even in a busy city, you can find calm. You just have to look for it, Lyra smiled. It feels safe here. I like it. Miko's ears twitched as she observed Nico. You are still nervous, but your energy is steady. That is good. You can rest here for now. Nico nodded, relief showing on his face. Thank you. I have never met anyone like you before. I was always taught to be careful, to trust no one. Kiro leaned forward slightly. Sometimes trust is the greatest strength. Courage and kindness can protect you more than weapons. Nico looked at him in awe. You are very brave. I hope I can learn from you. Kiro smiled gently. You already are. You have curiosity, carefulness, and honesty. Those are qualities of a strong person. You just need confidence in yourself. Miko sat down beside Kiro, her tail curling around her feet. And you are not alone. Even in a city like this, help can be found. That is important to remember. The first time, Nico felt truly safe. He realized that not all humans were careless or selfish. Some, like Kiro, could be brave, kind, and trustworthy. As the night grew deeper, Kiro looked at Miko and then at Lyra and Nico. We should rest here for a while. Tomorrow, we can decide what to do next. For now, enjoy the calm. Miko nodded, her ears flicking softly. Yes, but I will continue to watch. Safety comes first, Kiro chuckled softly, and courage comes second. Together, we are ready for anything. The city lights reflected in the pond as they sat quietly. For Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico, it was the beginning of an unexpected friendship. A night that started with tension had turned into an opportunity to trust, learn, and prepare for what was yet to come. And in the distance, hidden in the shadows of the city, someone else watched. A faint energy, almost imperceptible, lingered nearby. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico were unaware, but the adventure was only beginning. Kiro held Lyra's small hand gently and glanced at Miko. Whatever comes next, we face it together, he said quietly. Miko's golden eyes met his. Yes, together. And for the first time that night, they all felt a sense of hope and strength in each other. The morning sun cast a soft glow over Lumina's city, reflecting off the glass towers and making the streets sparkle. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico sat in a quiet park, watching the city wake up. The gentle hum of hover vehicles and distant chatter filled the air. It was calm, but the peace was only temporary. Miko's ears twitched. She rose from the bench, her tail swaying in alert rhythm. There is something nearby. I sense it. Someone or something is approaching us. Be ready. Kiro stood as well, his eyes scanning the park. Do you know what it is? Miko shook her head. Not yet. It is strong, but cautious. They hide, but their energy is heavy. We must be careful. Nico and Lyra exchanged nervous glances. Are we in danger? Lyra asked softly. Kiro crouched slightly to comfort her. We will be okay. Miko senses danger before it comes, and we face it together. Courage and teamwork will keep us safe. A shadow moved near the edge of the park. From between the buildings, a group of rogue androids emerged. Their eyes glowed red, and their metal bodies gleamed in the sunlight. They were clearly built for combat. Their leader, taller and stronger than the others, stepped forward. Scanning the group, Kiro's heart did not race with fear. Instead, he felt determination. "They must be after someone," he said. "Stay behind me." Miko's ears flattened slightly and she moved closer to Kiro. "Be careful. They are precise and dangerous." The leader of the androids spoke in a mechanical voice. "Identify yourselves. You are in restricted territory." Kiro stepped forward. "We are citizens of Luminous City. We mean no harm. Why are you here?" The android did not answer. It raised its arm, and the others moved forward, surrounding the group. Kiro realized they had no choice but to defend themselves. Miko's eyes glowed softly. "Stay close to me. I will guide you." The androids attacked in unison, moving with speed and coordination. Kiro dodged the first strike, using his quick reflexes to avoid the metal arms swinging toward him. Lyra and Nico stayed close behind him, ready to follow his lead. Miko leaped forward, her agility unmatched. She moved with precise and swift motions, striking at the androids in ways that disabled them without causing permanent damage. Sparks flew as metal met energy, but Kiro could see the skill in her movements. "You are amazing," Kiro shouted, deflecting a metal strike with a solid block of his arm. "Keep going." Miko's tail flicked as she struck another android's sensors, temporarily blinding it. "Focus on their movements. They are strong but predictable," she said. Kiro took a deep breath. He noticed a pattern in the androids' movements. They were powerful, but their strategy was simple. Using their speed and strength, he began to lead them into traps and corners. Where Miko could disable them more easily, Lyra and Nico watched, inspired by the teamwork. Lyra picked up a small metal pipe and stood ready to help. "I can distract them if needed," she said. Nico nodded. "I will follow your lead, Kiro. Tell me what to do." Kiro quickly assigned roles. Lyra would distract the smaller androids, Nico would block their paths, and Miko would strike at their weak points. He would face the leader directly, relying on agility and quick thinking. The battle began in earnest. The android leader charged at Kiro, swinging its heavy arms. Kiro dodged, rolled, and used the environment to his advantage. He kicked over a trash container, causing the leader to stumble slightly. Miko struck at its sensors, creating sparks. While Lyra and Nico worked together to distract the smaller androids, Kiro's mind was focused. Every move had a purpose. He was not relying on strength alone, but on strategy and observation. He noticed the android leader hesitated for a moment when facing human determination. That was the opening he needed. With a swift move, Kiro dodged an attack and kicked a metal panel toward the leader, throwing it off balance. Miko seized the moment, striking at the android's control unit with precise force. Sparks flew, and the leader fell backward, temporarily disabled. The smaller androids, seeing their leader down, paused. Kiro used the opportunity to guide Lyra and Nico. Push them toward the corner. Trap them. Lyra nodded and ran forward, using her agility to force the androids into a tight space. Nico followed, blocking any escape. Miko finished disabling the remaining androids with swift strikes, careful not to destroy them completely. After several tense minutes, the park was quiet again. The androids were disabled, lying in sparks and smoke. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico stood together, breathing heavily but unharmed. Kiro looked around. "Is everyone okay?" Lyra nodded. "Yes. That was incredible. You all were amazing." Nico's eyes shone with admiration. "I have never seen humans fight like that. Your courage? It is inspiring." Miko's ears twitched, her tail curling slightly around her feet. "Kiro, you stayed calm? Even when the threat was real, you did not panic. That is rare and important." Kiro smiled, brushing off the sweat on his forehead. "Courage is not the absence of fear. It is facing fear and making the right choices. That is how we stay safe and protect others." Lyra looked at him with wide eyes. "You are very brave. I hope I can be like you one day." Kiro reached out and placed a hand on her shoulder. "You already have courage. It is in your heart. You just need to trust yourself." Nico nodded slowly. I understand now. Observing is not enough. Sometimes you must act. Humans are capable of great things. Ko tilted her head, her golden eyes softening. You saw what humans can do. Not just strength, but strategy, intelligence, and compassion. That is what makes them special. Kiro looked at Miko and smiled. And we faced challenges together. That makes all the difference. The four of them took a moment to rest, catching their breath and watching the disabled androids. Kiro could see that even though they had won this battle, the city still held many dangers. But he also knew that together, they could face anything. Miko's tail swayed gently as she looked at Kiro. You surprised me today? I knew you were brave, but your quick thinking and calm mind. It was impressive. You did not just fight. You led. Kiro shrugged. I only did what I thought was right. Courage is about making choices, not just acting. Lyra smiled softly. You have taught me something important. Courage is not just about strength. It is about helping others and standing up when it matters. Nico nodded. I will remember this. Observing is not enough. Action, bravery, and trust are what truly matter. The morning light grew stronger, illuminating the park and the city beyond. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico knew that this was only the beginning. The rogue androids had been just one challenge, and the city held many more mysteries and dangers. But they also knew that together, they were stronger than any threat. Kiro glanced at Miko, her golden eyes shining with pride and concern. Whatever comes next, we face it together, he said quietly. Miko nodded. Yes, together, and I will always be ready to protect you. Lyra and Nico looked at each other, inspired and reassured. For the first time, they felt the strength of unity and trust. They realized that courage was not just about fighting. It was about standing together, supporting each other, facing the unknown without fear. As the city bustled around them, the group left the park, ready to continue their journey. The rogue androids were gone, but the universe still held many challenges. Kiro and his companions knew they would face more danger, more mysteries, and more surprises. But they also knew that with courage, intelligence, and trust, they could overcome anything. For Miko, the day had been a lesson. Her instincts had guided them to safety, but she had also learned the importance of observing and understanding. Not every threat could be sensed immediately, and not every challenge could be faced with strength alone. The mind and heart were just as important as reflexes and skill. Kiro felt proud of the group. Lyra and Nico had learned quickly, and Miko had shown once again why her senses were invaluable. Together, they were more than a team, they were a family of choice, bound by trust, courage, and respect. And somewhere in the distance, hidden in the shadows, a new energy watched them. A presence more cunning than the rogue androids. For now, it waited, observing, learning. The adventure was far from over. Kiro took a deep breath and looked at his companions. Let's keep moving. Whatever comes next, we face it together. Miko's ears twitched, her tail curling slightly around her feet. Yes, together. Lyra and Nico nodded. They understood now that courage and compassion were what truly mattered, and that they could face the unknown without fear. The city stretched before them, full of light, sound, and life. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico walked forward, ready for the challenges and adventures that awaited them, stronger together than they could ever be apart. After the battle with the rogue androids, Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico found a quiet spot on a rooftop overlooking Lumina City. The neon glow reflected off the tall buildings, painting the night in soft colors of blue, pink, and green. The city seemed peaceful, but they all knew danger could appear at any moment. Miko's ears twitched as she scanned the surroundings. I feel calm for now, but we are not completely safe. The energy I sensed earlier, it is still near, but weaker. Kiro nodded. We will rest for a while. We need to understand what is happening and prepare for what comes next. Lyra sat down, her small hands clasped together. I still cannot believe what happened. You all fought so bravely. I never thought humans could be like this. Kiro smiled gently. Humans can be brave, but courage is not just about fighting. It is about protecting others, making choices, and standing up when it matters. Nico looked up at him, eyes wide. I understand now. I have always watched from a distance, afraid to act. But watching is not enough. I see that now. Action, bravery, and trust are what matter. Miko tilted her head, her golden eyes thoughtful. Kiro, you stayed calm even when faced with danger. You did not panic or act recklessly. That is rare. That is why I trust you completely. Kiro reached out and gently touched her hand. And I trust you, Miko. Your senses guide us and protect us. Together, we are stronger than anything that comes our way. As they spoke, a faint glow appeared on the edge of the rooftop. A small holographic device floated in the air, projecting a message in the local language. Lyra leaned closer. What is that? Kiro touched it carefully. The hologram flickered to life, showing a figure cloaked in shadows. The figure spoke in a calm, measured voice. Kiro Miko, I have been observing you. Your actions today have proven your courage and skill. But there is more to learn. The androids were only the beginning. You are part of something greater than you realize. Miko's ears twitched sharply. Who is this? Why are they watching us? The hologram continued. My name is Soren. I belong to an organization that monitors dangerous events across the galaxy. The energy you sensed earlier is connected to a hidden power, one that could threaten entire colonies if it falls into the wrong hands. Kiro exchanged a look with Miko. Hidden power? What are you talking about? Soren's hologram flickered slightly. There is a secret project. Rogue forces seek to control it. The androids you encountered were scouts, sent to test your strength. You have passed the first challenge. But the true trial is coming. You must understand this power and protect it. Otherwise, chaos will spread. Lyra gasped. Chaos? Are we really that important? Kiro shook his head slowly. It seems we are, but that does not scare me. If we work together, we can face it. Nico's small hand clenched. I want to help. I have learned courage from watching you. Now I can act too. Miko stepped closer to Kiro. We must be careful. The enemy is clever. They test and observe. We cannot underestimate them. Elle nodded. We will not. But we will not run either. We face this together as a team. The hologram flickered and vanished, leaving a small device behind. Miko picked it up carefully. This must be Soren's message. It might help us track the hidden power. Kiro examined it. We need to understand how it works. This could be the key to stopping whatever threat is coming. As they discussed the device, a sudden sound echoed across the rooftops. A shadow moved quickly from building to building, faster than any human or alien could move. Miko's ears flattened. Something is coming. Someone is testing us again. Before they could react, a figure appeared on the rooftop. It was human-like, but wore a sleek suit that shimmered with energy. Its eyes glowed faintly, scanning each of them. Kiro stepped forward. Who are you? The figure spoke calmly. I am Kale. I have been sent to assess your abilities. The androids were only the first test. You have proven yourself worthy of learning the truth, but the real challenges are ahead. Miko's tail swished nervously. You are strong. I can sense it. But why test us? Kale's eyes glowed brighter. Because the galaxy is not safe. Forces seek the hidden power, and only those with courage, intelligence, and heart can protect it. You are part of that group. You must be ready. Lyra stepped forward. What do you want from us? Kale smiled faintly. I want to guide you. You have potential, but you must understand the rules. The hidden power is not just energy or technology. It is knowledge, strength, and responsibility. You must learn how to handle it before it falls into the wrong hands. Kiro looked at Miko and then at the others. We can do this. Together, we can face whatever comes next. Miko's ears twitched. Yes, together. But we must train. We cannot rely only on luck or chance. Kale nodded, agreed. The first step is understanding yourself and your abilities. Courage is important, but control and awareness are just as vital. You must learn to trust your instincts and work as a team. Nico's eyes shone. I will learn. I will not hide anymore. I will act with you. Lyra smiled softly. And I will do my best too. I trust you all. Kiro felt a surge of determination. Then we start now. Whatever tests or challenges come, we face them together. We are stronger united than alone. Miko's ears flicked, sensing the energy of Kale in the holographic device. The path ahead is dangerous, but I believe in us. We have courage, trust, and teamwork. That is what matters most. Kale's figure began to fade. Remember this night. It is the beginning of your journey. The hidden power is out there, waiting. The galaxy depends on those who are willing to protect it. You are among them. With that, he vanished completely, leaving only the quiet hum of the rooftop lights. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico stood together, absorbing what had just happened. The city below continued its rhythm, unaware of the larger events unfolding above. Lyra finally spoke. I never thought my life would lead me here. I feel responsible, but also inspired. Kiro smiled. Responsibility is part of courage. You have it in you. Together, we can face anything. Miko stepped closer to him, her golden eyes softening. I am proud of you, Kiro. You do not just act bravely. You think, you protect, and you inspire. That is why I trust you completely. Kiro reached out and held her hand. And I trust you, Miko. Your senses and your heart guide us. We are stronger together. Nico stepped forward. I will follow your lead, Kiro. I will not hide anymore. I will act when it matters. Lyra nodded. And I will stand with you all. I will not run from what is right. The rooftop felt calmer now, but the four of them knew this was only the beginning. The hidden power was out there, and they would need courage, skill, trust to protect it. As they gazed at the glowing city below, Kiro felt a sense of hope. Whatever comes next, we face it together. No matter what, we stay united. Miko's tail curled around her feet. Yes, together. That is our strength. And in that moment, the four of them understood something important. Courage alone was not enough. Intelligence, trust, and teamwork were equally vital. They were not just protecting themselves. They were protecting something much larger than any one of them. The night sky shimmered above Lumina City, full of stars and possibilities. The rooftop became their place of preparation and understanding. From this point on, they would train, learn, and grow. The hidden power awaited, and they were ready to face whatever challenge came next. For Cairo, Akko, Lyra, and Nico, the revelation was clear. Their journey was just beginning, but together, they could achieve what no one else could. Courage, heart, and unity would guide them through the trials ahead. And somewhere beyond the city, in the darkness of space, forces were already moving, watching, waiting. But they did not yet know. The strength of a human and her fox girl companion, and the allies they had found along the way, Kiro clenched his fist gently and looked at the group. We will protect it. Whatever it is, whoever wants it, we face it together. That is our promise. Miko's ears twitched, her tail brushing against his arm. Yes, together. Lyra and Nico nodded. They understood the gravity of the situation, but also the hope it gave them. They were not alone anymore. The city lights sparkled below as the four of them prepared for the adventure that awaited. This night would be remembered as the moment they discovered their true purpose, and as they looked at each other, a silent agreement passed between them. Courage, intelligence, and heart would be their guide. Together, they would face the hidden power and protect it from anyone who sought to misuse it. The sun rose over Lumina City, casting a golden glow across the tall towers and busy streets. The day began like any other, but Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico knew it would not remain ordinary. The hidden power that Soren had mentioned was out there, and the forces seeking it would not wait. Kara looked at his companions. Today, we face the real challenge. We have trained, observed, and prepared. Now, it is time to act. Miko's ears twitched, her golden eyes sharp. I sense them. The enemy is close. Their energy is strong, but we are ready. Stay alert. Lyra nodded, her small hands clenched. I will do my best. I will not run from this. Nico's eyes shone with determination. Neither will I. I will stand with you all, no matter what. The group moved cautiously through the city streets, following the energy signature that Miko had sensed. The hidden power was near, but the city was alive with distractions. Hover vehicles zoomed overhead, merchants called out their sales, and citizens of all species moved through the streets. To anyone else, it would have looked like an ordinary morning. Kuro and his friends moved with purpose. Miko's senses guided them, alert to any danger. Lyra and Nico stayed close, ready to act at any moment. They reached the edge of the city, where the streets opened into a wide plaza surrounded by tall buildings. The energy they were tracking pulsed from the center. There, standing on a raised platform, was a figure cloaked in dark energy. Its eyes glowed red, and it radiated power. Around it hovered small drones, similar to the rogue androids, but more advanced. The figure turned, sensing the group approaching. Kuro stepped forward. We are here to stop you. Whatever you are planning, we will not allow it. The figure laughed, a sound that echoed through the plaza. You are bold, humans. And Fox Girl, you think you can stop me? You have only faced tests so far. This is the real trial. Miko's ears flattened and her tail swayed. Stay close. They are strong, but not invincible. Focus and work together. The figure raised its arms, and the drones surged forward. Sparks flew as the drones attacked, faster and more precise than before. Kuro dodged a strike and guided Lyra and Nico behind cover. This is it, Kuro whispered. We stay together and use what we learned. Courage, intelligence, teamwork. Timo leaped into action, striking drones with speed and precision. Her movements were fluid, almost like a dance, but each strike disabled a drone without destroying it completely. Kuro noticed the patterns in the enemy's movements and shouted instructions to the others. Lyra, distract the drones on the left. Nico blocked the ones on the right. Miko and I will focus on the leader. Lyra nodded, darting forward with agility, drawing the drone's attention. Nico used quick movements to block and redirect the drones. Forcing them into positions where Miko could strike safely, Kuro focused on the cloaked figure. It was fast, but he could anticipate its moves. Every strike, every dodge was calculated. The figure's red eyes glowed brighter as it tried to overwhelm him, but Kuro stayed calm. His courage was steady, his mind sharp. Keep going, Kuro shouted to his friends. We can do this together. Miko struck the figure's control devices, creating sparks. The figure staggered slightly, but remained strong. You are persistent, it said. But persistence alone is not enough. Kuro dodged a powerful strike and rolled toward the figure. We do not rely on strength alone. We rely on teamwork, courage, and heart. The figure faltered for a moment, clearly surprised by the coordination and determination of the group. Kuro saw the opening. Miko, now. Miko leaped, striking the figure's core energy source. Sparks and light erupted as the energy stabilized. Kuro moved quickly, holding the figure in place while Lyra and Nico helped disable the remaining drones. The figure's energy faltered and it stumbled backward. You are stronger than I expected, the figure said, its voice faltering. But this is not over. Kuro stepped forward, his voice steady. It is over. You cannot misuse the hidden power. It belongs to those who protect, not destroy. Miko's tail swayed as she focused her senses. The energy is stabilizing. We did it. The power is safe, at least for now. Lyra stepped forward cautiously. It is amazing. I did not think we could succeed. Miko smiled, his confidence growing. We did it together. That is what matters. The figure's cloak dissipated, revealing not a monster, but a human-like being with a weary expression. I underestimated you, it said softly. I only wanted the power to protect my colony, but I lost control. You have shown me what true courage and unity mean. Kiro extended a hand. You can still do the right thing. Use your strength to protect, not to harm. The figure hesitated, then nodded.
I will.
Thank you for showing me the way. The drones deactivated, floating harmlessly to the ground. Miko relaxed slightly, her ears flicking in relief. It is finally over. The hidden power is safe. Kiro looked at his friends. We faced the trial together. We acted with courage, intelligence, and heart. That is what made the difference. Lyra smiled. I feel like I have learned so much. Courage is not just fighting. It is trusting others and standing together. Nico nodded. I have learned that too. Observing is not enough. Action matters. And trust in your friends makes you stronger. Akko looked at Kiro, her golden eyes soft. You were incredible. Not just brave, but calm and smart. That is why I trust you completely. Kiro held her hand gently. And I trust you, Miko. Your senses and instincts guide us. Together, we are unstoppable. The city around them seemed peaceful once more. The battle was over, and the hidden power was secure. But Kiro knew that this was not the end of their journey. There would always be challenges, but together, they could face anything. Soren's voice echoed softly from the holographic device. You have proven yourselves worthy. The hidden power is in safe hands. Continue to protect it, and you will shape the future of the galaxy. Courage, intelligence, and heart will guide you. Otto nodded. We will protect it. Together, we will face whatever comes next. Miko's ears twitched in agreement. Yes, together. Lyra and Nico stood tall, their eyes shining with determination. They had faced fear, danger, and uncertainty, and they had succeeded. They were no longer just observers or bystanders. They were protectors. The rooftop overlooked Luminous City. The neon lights reflected the hope and strength that now filled the group. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico stood side by side, ready for the adventures and challenges ahead. Kiro took a deep breath and looked at the city. We will always face danger with courage. We will always act with heart. And we will always stand together.
Yikes.
Miko's tail swished gently. Yes, together. That is our strength. Lyra smiled. And I will never forget this lesson. Courage, trust, and unity matter more than anything.
Right.
Nico nodded. We have grown. We are stronger than we were before. And we will continue to grow together. The sun fully rose, casting golden light over the city. Kiro and his friends looked out at the horizon, knowing that while this trial was over, many more awaited. But they also knew they were ready. Courage, intelligence, heart, and unity would guide them. And as they stood together, the rooftop became a symbol of friendship, courage, and the strength of humans and their allies. Whatever challenges the galaxy held, they would face them as one. The hidden power was safe. The enemies had been defeated or redirected. The group had proven themselves worthy. But more than that, they had proven that even in the vast universe, simple courage and trust could change everything. Kiro smiled at Miko. Then at Lyra and Nico. This is just the beginning. The galaxy is wide and full of challenges. But together, we can face any challenge. Together, we are unstoppable. Miko's ears flicked softly. Yes, together. Lyra and Nico echoed the words, their voices full of determination. They had faced fear and uncertainty and had come out stronger. They had learned the true meaning of courage. And they had discovered the power of friendship and trust. As the group descended from the rooftop and returned to the streets of Luminous City, they walked with purpose. The day was bright, the city alive, and the future open. They were ready. And somewhere beyond the city, beyond the stars, forces may still watch, waiting for a chance. But they did not know the strength of the group they had underestimated. Kiro, Miko, Lyra, and Nico had faced fear, danger, and uncertainty, and had emerged victorious. Together, they were more than brave. They were a force for good, And the galaxy would never forget the courage of a human, a fox girl, and their friends. For Kiro and his companions, the adventure would continue. But the lesson was clear. Courage, heart, intelligence, and trust could overcome anything. And when faced with the unknown, the strongest weapon was always unity. The city sparkled below, full of life, hope, and possibilities. The hidden power remained safe. The future was uncertain, but they were ready. Kiro held Miko's hand gently. No matter what comes, we face it together. Miko nodded, her tail curling around her feet. Yes, together. Lyra and Nico followed their lead, their eyes shining with confidence and determination. They were ready to protect the galaxy, whatever the cost, and together they walked into the bright future, stronger than ever, ready for the adventures yet to come.